Hey everyone, it's the SpazGaming, and today I'm going to be doing a review on the LG Optimus V for Virgin Mobile. So, let's get to it. Now, there are currently two phones with Android currently available for Virgin Mobile. There is this and the Samsung Intercept. Now, to be totally honest, like in my opinion, I had it and I returned it. The Samsung Intercept is some trash. However, this phone, on the other hand, is a very, very good phone. As you can see, scrolling is very responsive and there's little to no lag when it comes to scrolling. On the Samsung Intercept, however, almost everything it did had some lag and was slow. This touchscreen is a higher resolution at 320 by 480, whereas the Samsung Intercept's touchscreen was, I think, 320 by 200, which is incredibly low and it hurt your eyes to look at. So even though this phone doesn't have the Retina display or Super AMOLED, it is still a very nice crisp display, and holding it side to side next to the Droid X, colors are more vibrant and brighter. So this phone has a very nice screen. Currently I have the Launcher 7 app installed, which makes the launcher look like Windows 7. The camera is okay. Here, let me take a sample picture. As you can see, the camera is decent. You're not going to be replacing your regular camera with this phone, but I mean, it works, and it works pretty well. Videos, on the other hand, are just okay. They're not exceptional, but they're not terrible either. Now, let me clear my apps, and I'm going to run a benchmark to see how this phone goes. Run full benchmark. Now, one thing I've noticed with this phone and the Samsung Intercept, while you're charging it, sometimes this touchscreen gets really sporadic, and like when you're trying to touch it, it doesn't register, so like it makes your phone almost unusable when it's charging. So that's just something I should point out. When it's not charging, it's perfectly fine. I just don't know why that happens. Maybe someone can post a comment and answer that. So as you can see, this phone has the same GPU as the Nexus 1, so it's blazing through these 3D tests pretty quickly. Almost 70 frames per second on this one. Not bad. Not bad at all. Yes. So 1073, that's not bad. I've gotten up to 1600 before, so this isn't the best run, but this gives you an idea of how fast this phone is. It's breezes past the Galaxy S and the Droid. As this is an Android phone, it has access to all the apps on the Android market, so no absence of content there. Android market recently hit the 100,000 apps mark, so it just has maybe, oh no, that's a lie. It has a long ways to catch up to the Apple App Store, but in terms of apps, they're very nice and very good. Now I've just disabled Wi-Fi and I'm going to do a 3G speed test. Let's see. Speed test. Right here. Retrieving server list. Now I get decent speeds on this. At one speed test I've gotten up to 2 megabytes per second. I'm currently in my basement, so the connection is not that strong. So let's see how this goes. Well, those speeds are downright pathetic. I can assure you that when you're outside, you get much, much better speeds, but, you know, underground connection isn't that strong. See, a little better this time. Still not that great. But I have Wi-Fi in here, so that solves my problem. If you look at my results, let's see if you can see it. This is one of my recent tests. I've gotten 1.4 megabytes down and 758 kilobytes per second up. and that's on sale. So that's just something I should point out. This phone has EVDO Rev A versus the Samsung Intercept's EVDO Rev 0, which kind of sucked. Now let's look at the browser. This is the stock Android WebKit browser, so I mean, it's pretty good. Scrolling isn't bad on this phone. Like, check out the weather channel. Let's see how fast this loads. Oh yeah, I forgot to turn Wi-Fi back on since my speeds suck down here. When I first got this phone, I was worried about the Wi-Fi speeds, I mean the 3G speeds, because when I had the Samsung Intercept, it was pathetic. But now, like, they're not bad. So, let's go to this page is too small. Wikipedia. Now that loaded much faster. Now, notice the scrolling is pretty speedy, not bad. Zoom in, double tap to zoom, pinch to zoom. Pinch to zoom is very quick, very responsive. I would say it even rivals the iPhone. Here, let's go to a more intensive site. N4G, is it here? It is not, so we'll have to type that in. N4G, news for gamers. Okay. Notice how fast that renders and loads up. This phone supports flash lite, so you'll see all the ads playing in the background. And that loaded up very quickly. The browsing experience, very smooth, very nice. It's still loading, so you might get a little scrolling and pinch to zoom hitches. But see, now it's done loading. Running very smoothly, very nice. Shit. Very smoothly, very nice. See, very nice pinch to zoom. Resolution, pretty good. Everything's nice and sharp. Now I mentioned earlier that this phone has a built-in GPU, same one as the Nexus 1. So we'll see how that GPU fares against one of the most popular mobile games ever, Angry Birds. Now you'll notice right away how smooth this is. Before, the Samsung Intercept took forever to load up Angry Birds, and it was nearly unplayable on the Intercept. So notice how smooth that is. The birds flying through the air. And there we go. Pinch to zoom. Oh, not at the moment. I just beat the level. Notice the pinch to zoom. Nice and smooth. No problems there. Now, unlike the iPhone, Angry Birds is actually free on the Android market, so that's a plus. Okay, I've loaded up the Game Boy emulator, and we'll see how that works. Accelerometer there. It just switches very nice and easy. Now, since this phone does not have a physical QWERTY keyboard, I had to map the A and B buttons to my search and back button, but no problems, you know? Very nice, very smooth. No lag whatsoever. Very impressed by the gaming performance on this device. As you can see, everything's running very well. Full sound, no sound issues at all. So yeah,